Hi, I wanted to talk a little bit about how to change your life by changing your perspective and your point of view. So this year, in the beginning of 2020, I, started like a lot of other people. It was the 20s. We thought it was going to be, the great reliving of the 1920s, as if we were going to have this great, wonderful time, and then everything changed. Everything changed pretty drastically, and things shifted and everybody kind of went into their cave and became isolated. And I, like a lot of people, live by myself. And even though I had the grace of having a good amount of work, that work kind of doubled over on me, and so I became really busy with working and had absolutely no human connection. And parts of myself were reflecting on past times and past experiences with people, and got really down on myself around situations that didn't work out and where my hopes kind of got stomped on. And something woke up in that and realized that stewing over things like that really just were bringing me more pain and suffering and not really helping very much. And so I shifted something. I decided to shift the way that I decided to look at those experiences that didn't work out. And rather than looking at them in a sense of loss and regret and as if I wasn't good enough, I decided to accept that there are higher powers that be, and the situations that didn't work out actually didn't work out for the greater good. Because when I reflected back on some of those, relationships or attempts at relationships, and where that person was now and who they showed up to be in relationship, they weren't relationships that I actually wanted and that I felt like helped me thrive. So I kind of had an aha moment and had to give thanks to the powers that be for those situations not working out, and welcoming in something that would work out, that would work out for the best, and that would actually resonate with who I am, and ultimately be in alignment with my highest good and their highest good in a congruent, balanced relationship. And so I didn't say really like good riddance, but I was like, okay, well, you know what? I let go of those things so that I can welcome in new things in my life. And I started a daily practice. So instead of, like, I don't know if you're like me, but when you wake up in the morning, it can be easy to fall into a train of thought and not choose your train of thought wisely. If you're at that train station and the attention can jump on board of any of those. You have to watch out where those trains of thought take you, right? Because they can take you into a day that's quite miserable. And when I woke up in the morning feeling a sense of lack, it pretty much like felt like I was surrounding myself with a cloud, and not like the dirt cloud of the kid in Charlie Brown, but like the emotional dark cloud of like the woe is me, you know, nothing's working out, blah 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 blah, and we eventually just, put our head down and don't look out at the world anymore. And so rather than falling into that train in the morning, which I saw myself having a habit of doing in, the spring, and I decided that I was going to make an effort to choose a different train in the morning. And so when I got up in the morning, rather than, going to a place of, oh, I'm alone and all these things that felt awful, I visualized something falling from the sky. And in Tarot, you'll see, are they in this card? They actually are in this card. So today we had the sun in the Tarot reading, and the sun card has these little kind of golden, they look like almost like raindrops, but they're called yuds. And it's as if the wisdom of spirit and of the heavens is falling down and inspiring you. So when I woke up in the morning, I started imagining these yuds falling down from my ceiling. And it helps because, You know, sometimes in the afternoon when I take naps, my dream catchers that I make spray rainbows around the room, and they kind of have that similar feeling of yuds and that like potential, that energy that's fiery and inspiring that's all around us all the time. And sometimes we're just more keyed into feeling it and sensing it, and that's when we can get our moments of inspiration. And so in the morning, I started this practice of imagining these yuds falling down from my ceiling and just kind of floating down like, you know, feathery love rain and coming down and cascading onto my body and just wrapping me up in love. And that was my morning practice. And that was my morning practice for, and is my morning practice now whenever I wake up. If I catch myself falling into a train that I don't like the direction, I don't like the, you know, the train station it takes me to or the route that it takes me to, you know, I choose a different one. I choose, and it can be hard, right? It's a practice. It's literally a daily practice. It's not something to beat ourselves up for if we fall into a train. It's just more of a conscious awareness that we have a choice to get off that train, and that there are train stations and train depots that our train passes through all the time when we can get engaged on a different train of thought. So that's how I shifted a lot in my life. I'm in a period of great change right now. As I've mentioned before, I have for many years said that if I was ever going to write the books that have been wrapping around my head for years, I'd have to be up in a cabin in the woods, and I somehow manifested that for myself this year. So I am on my way, and I will be checking in with you all over the next couple days, but in the next week or so, I'll be delivering my messages from there. So I encourage you to, you know, get on a different train of thought if you find yourself falling onto a train that you don't feel good riding. And if you feel that this morning practice will help you, and if you try it out and it does help you, please let me know. It's created a big shift in my life, and I just wanted to offer it out to other people because I do feel that the way that we see the world and the way that we think really does shift the currents within our own body and our own existence and what's possible for us. And so I send you a good wish in your manifestations, and know that when those yuds fall, some of that is love from me. Sending so much love to you.